Your Psychic Astrocast by YILDIZ Readings 5D, your psychic medium, soul coach, and intuitive astrologer online. Do you want it all in one place? Are you tired of getting less and really wanting more? Are you ready for a better ride? The First Wives Club says it best: don't get mad, get everything. If you're ready for your guidance from point A to point B in love, career, wellness, and more, join our Psychic Astrocast with YILDIZ Readings 5D. Let's get your life roadworthy and ready for success. Get it all with psychic updates, intuitive astrology, soul coaching, and more. Information is power. Welcome to our Psychic Astrocast online with YILDIZ Readings 5D. Yes, we are going to dive into the what, why, where, when, and how, and have a look at what's coming up this month to best navigate it. We'll first look back at last month to make some sense and context of it, and then into the must-know transits for the month. Yes, we have all areas covered. You can stream forward and stream back to the area of concern, and please feel free to visit us online at yildizreadings.com for your VIP edition. These are covered bi-monthly, and yes, as I mentioned, in the future, these may become a weekly edition. Now, those of you that are keen to really understand what went down last month to help you best navigate moving forward, especially if you were really up in your head to do with a particular area in your life, I'm going to help you make some context of that. Separately, we're then going to get straight into the updates for the big boy transits for the month of July 2022. If you do wish to, you can stream forward into the section that you find is most interesting or important to you at this point in time. Without further ado, let's take a look down memory lane. Now, yes, we did have quite a heavy transit last month, and especially due to the fact we were having a double Mercury retrograde. Even though it did go direct by the 3rd, shadow direct, it was a double Mercury retrograde. And during Mercury retrogrades, as we all know, they can be quite tedious. This one, being a double whammy, did cause a lot of conflict. We may have seen in the collective, in our working environment, lack of staff, extra burdens with their schedules, stress levels, and conflict mentally and physically. We had a full moon on the 14th in Sagittarius. Now, yes, this again did take us back to the past, all the way back to the eclipse season in 2021. So if you can remember back, very much linking to when we had a Venus retrograde, we did have an eclipse in Sagittarius. So psychically, I was picking this would feel a little bit like an eclipse, and it was because it was ending that cycle. So if you can think back to 2021 and situations that you personally were dealing with, you were closing that cycle. Now, Neptune also was gearing up, ready to go retrograde by the 28th of July. This did come very close to that new moon in Cancer, which are the themes that we will be moving into the month of July 2022 with. The other thing I can say is, due to the fact we are so close at the end of the month moving into July with that, those are themes that will continue into the month of July 2022. This can be a time where things become very transparent, very realistic. Initially, we may experience it and feel a little bit disillusioned, unsafe, and projectile. So, forewarned, forearmed. Now, the must-know for July 2022, as mentioned previously, is the recovery of Neptune retrograde. During that cycle, in the area of Pisces, you will be quality assuring and taking a very realistic approach. Retrogrades don't have to be negative. They're a time of introspection and adjustment. This month, we have a full moon in Capricorn and a new moon in Leo. We also have JUNO, the asteroid of marriage, moving retrograde, which can at a collective level cause triggers within relationships, be it you're single or couple. Those blasts from the past, like Venus retrograde, can occur. I'm hosting a webinar on the 12th if you want that added support. Moreover, this does retrograde on the 24th of July. Deep healing, we do have Aries in Chiron moving retrograde on the 19th of July. This also can be a time where we can reflect, we can heal, and we can gain extra courage to deal with any of those emotional challenges. Jupiter also by the 19th will move retrograde when it does come to expansion, transformation, and jumping in the deep end. We may feel that we're going backwards. Now, this doesn't have to be a negative thing. This can be a time within our charts and within our lives where we are reflecting and quality assuring those actions and steps forward for 2024. Hi Taurus, welcome back to your Psychic Astrocast. Let's take a look what the next 2 weeks brings for you. Yes, this can be a very active time and definitely pre-warned between the 2nd and the 3rd it can be very tense. We do have Pluto making a square that can cause a little bit of conflict. During this time, you can be quite social. This can be a very active time. You could have a lot on your plate when it does come to your emotions, family, and home. You may be deeply reflective as we do move through the first week. We did just move away from the new moon in Cancer and Neptune going retrograde. A lot of your group energies can be changing. You could have had a falling out also with a friend, but you will be connecting to new individuals. This also could have been a loss. As we move forward, we have Mercury in Gemini. Now, it will be there to the 5th. For you, emotionally, again, this can go from self-esteem, really tuning into your deeper values inside of connections and what the circumstance can bring to you. There is an opportunity in the next 2 weeks for love to come in, especially because we're gearing up ready for the asteroid Juno to move retrograde, which we will talk about in version 2. Now, we do have a webinar online that does cover it and how it will directly affect you. This can be a time of blast from the past and really diving deep. By the 2nd week, we do have a lot of romantic options there. And you can have emotions not only relating to it, but memories coming up. Some of you also could meet a person during the first 2 weeks or be attracted to a different location. This can be people from foreign cultures, people from different value systems in the mix. If you were dealing with a spiritual connection, we do look at it online in the VIP edition. For those of you that are twin flames, yes, we do have twin flame updates online weekly. Now, yes, the rumbling of the previous eclipses can be playing out, and as Mars moves into the house of Taurus by the 5th, you can be looking at what your role is and where you're going. You will really be questioning, can this stand the test of time? And where to from here? 1st and 7th house are deeply challenging but very transformative. So if you haven't been enjoying from the beginning of the year to now, believe me, as you move forward, it directly is going to change you and you will look at the whole world very differently. As mentioned, this can be a time with Neptune retrograde of returning to those old social crowds, but also hearing from people from the past. This could be a very social 2 weeks, but it also can be deeply active with a lot of opportunities for communication. Some of you may bump into a honey. Now, yes, for those of you that are couples, we do have Juno going retrograde. We also had the eclipses in your 1st and your 7th house, bringing about major change. By the 2nd week, we will have subjects relating to love coming up, and definitely through the first 2 weeks, what you can find is there can be some testing aspects. The communication inside the connection is going to be critical to keep it balanced. And those of you that have had very testing relationships, Juno retrograding may shake things up. We do have a webinar online that does help with added support as well as information. You may a group dynamic in a situation and how your hopes and dreams link. Neptune, the bringer of dreams, and definitely falling in your 11th house can be the bigger picture. Can we tackle and can those individuals tackle the responsibility? These can be the bigger questions. I do see both parties in the mix here making major decisions to do with the future, and there definitely can be a lot of conversation pieces. If you had been dealing with a situation with children, it can come to a close by the 2nd week. You also could be signing contracts. This is also a great time to make sure that you have security in order at home with transits in Cancer. We will check back into this in volume 2. Take care. Now, you might be forgiven if you want to pull your hair out in the first week. There can be a few challenges. Number one is you're going to be go, go, go. The beautiful thing is, by the time Mars moves from Aries over to Taurus, you're going to be out of your head and in your body. You're going to get things done. You are going to show the value, and definitely your employer will really appreciate you. If there is conflict at work, we do need to be cautious of how we communicate with those superiors. This can be a time of testing nerves. If there had been conflict and you were trying to resolve it, you can find by the second week some of these things can resolve by the full moon in Capricorn. You may also be up for a potential pay rise, as well as deepening a contract and really maybe even going to the next level. But whatever this is, what you're looking for is something that is really stable and going to stand the test of time. For those of you that are running a business or a home-based career, feel free to jump in and join us in the VIP at YILDIZreadings.com. We do cover this in the VIP edition. Beautiful. Some of you may be turning over a new leaf and looking at your wellness. This can be health and diet. Emotions also in the first week can be running high. Many of us will want to look after the body, mind and soul, and this can be a time that you can be getting more physical, looking at changing habits, as well as moving into the next area of your life in a healthier manner. I do feel that if you had felt tired and very in your head dealing with headaches, this can pass by the time we have Mars enter the first house. This also can be where we're looking after and maintaining our body and starting to get fit. I do go deeper into this. That does cover your chakras, your wellness and balance tools online at YILDIZreadings.com. Okay, what do I energetically see for you? I do feel you've got a lot of empath energy, but I do feel automatically you can be very reflective, and my guides are saying to me, be careful what you think, you may manifest it. So in the first week, try to reduce that anxiety and try to be very open from a heart-centered point of view. I do feel there's something that you're a little bit anxious about, and you need to have faith in yourself, because I do think this is going to be better than you think. I also feel if you've been concerned about what a honey's thinking to do with you, it's polar opposite to what you're thinking. So my guides are saying, try to not get up in your head. I feel it's going to pan out in the long run. Try and have faith in yourself. Now, direction-wise, I feel instinctually you're guided to address something. Now, this could be more, it's almost intuitive. It's like you intuitively know you need to address something in a certain manner. And my guides are saying you're correct in what you're thinking. It may be that you need to take a drastic action with the circumstance. And I don't think it's anything bad. It feels like your instincts and your intuition are saying, right, you're going to have to do it this way. And what my guides are saying is, yes, you're correct. So trust your instincts and go with the flow. Take care, beautifuls. I'll see you in the next edition. Thanks for joining our Psychic Astrocast online with YILDIZ Readings 5D. If you haven't downloaded the app, please do so. Yes, you can actually get your posts on the go. Bookings, webinars, updates, notifications and more. We also provide YouTube notifications if you didn't know. Yes, we will see you for each edition online with YILDIZ Readings, potentially more to come. Have a blessed month.